There's no trace of ghostly possession. Notice the vacant stare, the completely mindless look. That could only mean one thing.
He's from California?
I think we can all agree that being alive sucks dick. But something that can make your life a living hell is being born in the wrong place. So today I'm going to be talking about the worst places to live. First up, California. I visited California once and the weather was incredible, the beaches were great, and the restaurants were absolutely fantastic. California only has one problem. It's the people. Every single time I encountered a person, they would always open their mouth and prove that they are a degenerate who wants to become famous. One time I was in a Whole Foods and before I could pay for my stuff, I overheard a woman behind me talking about her own friend saying, "Oh, she's not a Whole Foods girl, she shops at Walmart." Are you serious? They will judge everything about you. If you're wearing the wrong clothes, drive the wrong car, or even shop at a budget store like Walmart, then you're going to get judged by people who went broke trying to look rich. It's also mad overcrowded. When I showed up at the airport, I looked at the distance between the airport and the Airbnb. It was less than 15 miles and it took me 2 hours to get there. You would not believe the amount of traffic I had to endure. We just had a pandemic. There should not be this many people left. There's the people who want to get famous and there's the people who are already famous that want to take advantage of young talent. Look at Justin Bieber. He came out with the best song ever, Baby. When that song came out, I was playing it non-stop in my room to the point where my dad texted me, "I keep hearing baby, 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 ooh from your room. Are you listening to Justin Bieber?" "No, Dad, I promise, I'm just watching porn." "Well, you better be." Point is, recently I rewatched the Baby video and it did not age well. First up, Ludacris has a verse talking about, "When I was 13, I had my first love." My Hollywood sources told me this line wasn't meant for Ludacris, it was meant for Justin, yeah. Guess who wrote it? The second thing which didn't age well is this bowl cut. And the last thing which aged like milk is Drake was in the video. I guess he heard there would be some teenage girls, but come on, man. Another place that would be trash to live in is the Beyblade universe. Kids have access to Beyblades which can split the sea into two. The Beyblade can possess you at any point in order to transform you into a furry. The military weaponized Beyblades and uses them to snipe children. At any point, someone can literally snipe you from 10 miles away. These kids randomly went into outer space and blew up the moon because they felt like it. The military even tried stopping these kids, but they opened a black hole with a Beyblade. This is a trash universe and I genuinely do not recommend any of you to try to live here. The next worst place to live in is the neighborhood from Everybody Hates Chris. The crimes being committed in that neighborhood out in the open on a daily basis was genuinely insane. They had 5 cops chasing a dude because they thought he had a gram of the devil's lettuce, and when they searched him and found nothing, he got beat worse than Rodney King. In another scene, police officers stole a bag of quarters from a civilian and then used it to win a video game tournament. And the worst crime was, every time Chris walked to school, the same guy stole $1 from him. When adjusted for inflation, do you have any idea what $1 is worth in today's money? Huh? Do you? About $3 million. It's not like Chris even had a good home life. His family was struggling, which is insane because his dad has multiple jobs and was extremely cheap. They even had an extra apartment to rent out for passive income. His mom was a black Karen that would rather be broke and appear rich rather than actually become rich. His sister was a psychopath who blamed him for every single issue. And lastly, his brother was someone born with the ultimate ability, Riz. Not gonna lie, I was secretly hoping that the show would have a positive ending where Julius reveals that he secretly has a white family who all died in a car wreck and now his black family can move into the nicer home. The final shot of the series should have been Chris's entire family hearing a knock on their door and them opening the door together and seeing Will Smith saying, "Welcome to Bel Air." Okay, maybe I need to stop smoking that devil's lettuce. I promise you the rest of this video will be normal. The next place that would be terrible to live in is the Pokemon universe. I mean, it feels like it would be a dope place to isekai yourself into, but the moment you actually think about it, you start to realize just how horrible this place would be to survive in. Firstly, kids as young as 10 years old are able to roam the world on their own, so there must be insane amounts of human trafficking. Secondly, every single island has a criminal organization which is successful. And the worst part of living in the Pokemon universe is the Pokemon. Have you read some of these Pokédex entries? The fate of the ships and the crew that wander into Jellicent's habitat, all sunken, all lost, all vanished. So the chance of me stepping foot in the ocean is pretty much zero now, but what about the beach? It pulls its prey down into the sand by controlling the sand itself, and then it sucks out their souls. So now the beach is off limits, unless you want the sandcastle to suck out your soul. Okay, the beach isn't off limits. And now potentially the worst Pokédex entry. If you feel a cold chill run down your back, it means Gengar is approaching. There is no escaping. Give up. This means that at any point you can just be taken out, and since ghosts can survive in literally every environment, you're just completely screwed. And now the absolute worst place to live in. India. First up, they got a caste system, which determines your place in society the moment you're born. Of course, originally the system wasn't bad and you could go up and down the ladder until the British ruined it by trying to simplify the system. There is also rampant corruption and the chance of you getting a job without knowing anyone in a position of power is basically zero. But by far the worst part of living in India has got to be the fact that not a single Indian protested when Priyanka got married to this specimen. Nick, please cheat on her and leave her alone, man. Bye.